From the title of the video, we're obviously going to be testing a foundation. It's been a minute since I've tested one. It's going to be the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Foundation. It's fairly somewhat new. I want to get my review out there as well. It has SPF 15. It's luminous, lightweight, and buildable, and it's a hydrating formula that contains natural coconut derivative. According to Wet n Wild's website, it's perfectly portable too, with an airtight, no mess compact that makes applying liquid foundation a breeze. Infused with coconut derivative, the luminous, lightweight, and buildable formula helps boost hydration and contains SPF 15 for added skin protection. And that's basically all the claims that it has. I hope this shade is going to match me. I got the shade Nude Beige, which is light, medium, warm. Their shade range is not very huge to begin with. There is only 8. That one is tawny, and I guess that one is the deepest shade they have in this range. This is their lightest shade, and that one is called Light Ivory. The range basically sucks. A lot of people are giving it raving reviews, but I'm assuming they might have dry skin. My skin, to begin with, it's combination oily and very acne prone, as you can see. I already did my skincare, and I'm gonna just use a little bit of the Becca Evermatte Poreless Primer. My skin already looks super luminous, but that's just because I feel like my skin is better absorbing more hydrating skincare formulas. So that's another reason why I wanted to try this out. There is the shade. It looks really dark for light medium. This is a little sponge that it comes with. It does feel nice and soft. Maybe I'll try to use it, but I'm gonna do half my face sponge application and the other half with the brush. A good size mirror, so that's the mirror right there. I'm gonna use the sponge on this side of the face just because this side doesn't have that much acne on it. So I want to see how the coverage is. It says it's light to medium and buildable. Alright. Okay. Wow. Okay, it does have a fragrance to it. Those of you who are bothered by foundations with fragrance might have an issue with this, but it's not too bad. It smells really light and floral. It is a light coverage, but I'm sure if you let it dry down, you can get a medium coverage. Definitely looks a lot darker in the pan than it does when you apply it. Actually kind of matches with my skin tone, like a true match, you know what I'm saying? Wow, like you can't even tell. Well, it's a little bit light, but it's okay. I use bronzer to correct that, of course. The little sponge that it comes with is not bad. I know a lot of people tend to trash any applicators that come with foundations like this, but it's actually not bad. I'm gonna let that dry for a second. I'm gonna apply a second layer, but I'm gonna actually use a Real Technique sponge. So I will say this doesn't do a bad job, so I wouldn't just immediately toss this. It does feel kind of sticky a little bit, and that's because of its hydrating claims. I don't know if it's gonna completely dry down. I'm gonna, of course, set it in my oily zones. There is one layer of this foundation, and then, of course, I have not put any on this side. I'm going to go in with my Real Technique sponge, and you kind of have to press hard in the pan. This has 0.52 fluid ounces. It is half of what a standard foundation would normally have, which is 1 ounce. But I think that's pretty standard, I guess, if you will, for cushion foundations. They always have half the amount of foundation. I'm gonna drag some down my neck so I don't look too crazy. It kind of sucks because I definitely can't use this during the summer. I'll be getting tan, of course, being out in the sun. So this would probably suit me better once the fall, winter times come. So there's a second layer, which, okay, I like it. This is good for like really light days. I like it so far, like the coverage wise. This side with the brush, I'm using the Sigma F80 Flat Kabuki brush. Oh, you really gotta press into this sponge right here. I almost feel like my sponge gave better coverage than this brush. That's one layer with the brush, which I feel it gave a little bit of a lighter coverage than it did with actually using a sponge. Because usually brushes apply more of a concentrated amount of foundation just because it doesn't technically soak up like the sponges do. And I always do like tapping motions, like stipple motions with a brush. I don't ever like buff it in because for some reason, I guess because my skin is somewhat oily, it just moves the product around. So I find that pushing the product in with the brush really makes it stay in its place. And this is my preferred way to kind of set my face. So I'm going to use my sponge and my setting powder. I'm going to use the Cover FX Perfect Setting Powder, and I'm going to use that to set my oily areas. Basically my T-zone and down on my chin and a little bit on my cheeks. I'm going to apply a little bit of makeup and I will be right back. I am back and I feel like the foundation looks good so far. I don't want to give it raving reviews just yet. I don't know if it's sinking into my lines. On this side it is, just because my smile lines are a bit deeper on this side of my face, like when I smile. You could tell, you see? Kind of sucks. I was telling Shane that I was like, half my face is falling because even on my lips kind of curved down. Anyway, only place I did not set was right here because I'm super dry here and basically like the perimeter of my face. I didn't put blush or anything, but with a little bit of bronzer, it actually kind of looks like my skin basically. It is currently 11:15 a.m. I have to go to H-E-B, to the grocery store, and pick up some things. I will check in with you guys in a little bit. It is currently 5:18, so it's been roughly about 6 hours and I've had the foundation on. I have not touched up, so this is what it looks like. I do have a little bit of an oil slick going on here, which is weird because that's where I primed using the Becca Evermatte Priming Perfector, and that's supposed to be pretty good for like keeping you mattified like throughout the day. Basically, I could slide off the foundation that's on my nose. Let me see, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. Let's get real personal. You could see like my nose is just incredibly shiny. I'm trying to get you guys the best angle, but all that shine there, and then everywhere else it's dry. You see like the perimeter of my face, a little bit on my chin there. Obviously this right here is very dry, and perimeters of my face kind of went up a little bit here. I am going to touch up. This is something I've never done in a foundation review. I just feel like I need to touch up and I just want to try it, you know? I'm going to use the Essence All About Matte Waterproof Fixing Powder, and it's just a pressed translucent powder. And I'm going to use a sponge, and I am just going to... And I didn't use setting spray either, just because I don't really use setting spray all that much to begin with. And it did separate like in the cracks of the nose a little bit. And I don't know if that's just because I had to blow my nose a few times because I'm still trying to get through some allergies during this season. Well, I mean, I know spring just started, but I don't know, my allergies are starting to flare up again. There is half of my face touched up, and then there is the shiny slick side. Ugh, that is not cute. Sweating was not an issue for me, and that's not why it caused my face to be greasy. It could be the humidity in the air because it's supposed to rain in a few days. We are back to square one. So I will be checking in my final time tonight, so I will see you guys then. It is just about 10 o'clock. My last and final check-in with this foundation. It has obviously since gone a little bit more oily, and I did blot the previous time. All my concealers have been creasing so bad. But anyways, that's not what we're testing right now. It's the foundation. I feel like my acne scars have peeked through, kind of like the foundation just either sinked in or it just disappeared. I don't know where it went. So another 5 hours later, it looks like this. It does have coconut derivatives, and it's supposed to be very moisturizing. So I would say those of you who have dry skin, go for it. If you have combination skin but lean more towards the dry end, I would try this foundation. For me, I would wear this foundation on a like no makeup days, on days where I feel like I want a little bit of coverage. It does have an SPF, so that's good if you're going to be out and about under the sun. It's pretty compact. If you want to just stick it in your purse or in your makeup bag, it's not really bulky and chunky, or I don't think it's super bulky and chunky. I do love the applicator. $8.99 for this right here. I don't know if that's worth it considering their Photo Focus foundation is only $4.99 or $5.99 and it's a full 1 ounce. I don't know why the cushion ones are always upcharged versus like a standard 1 ounce of liquid foundation. If you tried this foundation, let me know down below if it worked out for you. If it didn't work out for you, I'll leave a link down below. So be sure to subscribe if you're not already. Have a blessed day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.